So, in this episode, I want to talk about our home office benefit. Now, it's difficult to show you what I'm about to talk to today, so I'm going to try and overlay some images in this video so you get a good idea of all of the stuff that I was able to get after I joined the company. Now, when I joined Automattic, I already had some pieces of kit. I already had a standing desk, I already had a good chair, and I already had a few bits and pieces. But when I joined the company, the first thing I was able to do is get myself a brand new laptop. When you join Automattic, you are asked to buy an Apple product, an Apple laptop. I got myself a MacBook Pro with the M1 chip, 32 gigs of RAM, and a 1 terabyte hard drive. And it's great. I am on record as not being a fan of Mac OS, but the M1 processors, Apple Silicon is pretty amazing. I've used this laptop for the last almost 4 years that I've been with the company, and it's never given me any major hassles. And then last year, when I was due for my upgrade, I was able to purchase a Intel powered custom PC, which I'm using as my day-to-day workstation. I run Ubuntu because I'm a Linux nerd, and it's great because I have the PC for my hard work, coding, writing scripts, putting together content. And then generally I use the laptop for recording, live streaming, and if I have to travel or present. And so I just have this great combination of workstation and laptop, and it works out really well for the type of work that I do. The other thing that I was able to get when I joined the company was a brand new keyboard and mouse set. So I have the Microsoft ergonomic keyboard set. It is something I'm a huge fan of the Microsoft ergonomic keyboards. I've had, I think, the last three models, and the layout is just amazing. It's the very thin, I'll show you, it's very thin flat. You can see it's worn over here from all the use. And it's just an amazing keyboard if you are typing all day long. It's comfortable. I don't feel any kind of pain or anything like that. The other thing I have is a USB hub thing that has all of the cables in the world plugged in so the laptop can work with my screen, my monitors, everything else. And it's a brand that I'd never heard of before, but it's worked from day one, so I'm very chuffed about that. And then the other big pieces of tech that I've got is I've got an Elgato teleprompter, and I have two Elgato lights. I can't remember what they're called. I'll link to them in the description. But they're really, if you watch some of my old videos and you watch my videos now, you'll see the camera quality is great. The light quality is great. I'm able to look at the camera when I'm reading text. And these are some really cool pieces of tech that I was able to get while working at Automattic. So if you're a hardware nerd like me and you need pieces of equipment to do your job, Automattic provides. I have never had a problem with making requests for hardware specifically for my work. I have a cam link that the company paid for. But then there are also some other benefits. So, for example, this on-air sign that I have behind me there, somebody actually, we have a thing we do every year in the company where we send each other gifts. There's like a minimum, maximum amount that you're supposed to spend. It's a very small gift. But somebody sent me this on-air sign, which is really cool because when I'm doing recordings, I can put the on-air sign on. And then I also have somewhere here, I can't find it now. 1 second, I will find it. One year, somebody bought me a How to Make the Best Coffee at Home book, and I'm a huge coffee nerd, and so I have that in my library. And then I also have, 1 second, I have a bunch of books that I bought, one on debugging, one on web usability. I have some others floating around that I was able to buy through the company. The company has a learning benefit. So if I want to buy any books or do any courses, I can just go ahead. There's no real maximum price range. Most courses that I want to do, I can just go and do. And so I'm able to take these courses and read these books, all thanks to the kind people at Automattic. That's all I can think of today in terms. Oh yes, I have the one big thing that I'm looking at now. I have this amazing 32-inch Samsung smart monitor that I use every day that I got through the company. I have it on a desk mount that allows me to have the screen lifted up on my desk, but I can also rotate it and turn it if I ever need to. For somebody who's slightly taller than most, it's great because it raises my screen to the height that it needs to be, that I can sit ergonomically. And that was another thing. When I joined the company, there is an ergonomic benefit. There is actually like an ergonomic online assessment that you can do, and it can check, are you sitting in the right spot? Are you looking at the right spot? And so I don't generally get tired when I'm working because I have my setup just amazing. So if you are thinking of joining the company and you're worried about what hardware you might need, don't stress. Automattic will have your back. And yeah, I love all my tech around me. It helps me just be the most productive person and employee that I can be.